have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order.
As Iraq veterans against the war, we are resisting an occupation we once risked our lives for. We swore to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, but we found out the hard way that the greatest enemies of the Constitution are not to be found in the sands of some far-off land, but rather right here at home.
Said when Russell Means is on the show, or John Trudell, or today Splitting the Sky. I mean, we are all Native Americans at this point, and that establishment, the same establishment that performed that genocide and land grabbing and culture stealing on our Native Americans here, our indigenous people, are after us too, and we are all in this together. That's always something important to understand. Very happy to have Splitting the Sky with us live in the program today, splittingthesky.net. He doesn't mince words. I'd love to have him do a radio show here on American Freedom Radio of his own. He do just a great job at it. I just want to tell you, if you go to splittingthesky.net, you will get all the information to get the videos or get the books that this gentleman is offering. That will go a long way to help him with his legal defense. He needs help. His case is to highlight the hypocrisy and criminality of the Canadian government for allowing Bush into Canada. He's invited back, along with his brother. They often call each other brothers, and the parents call Bill Clinton his son. They're going to be speaking together in a panel in Canada next month. I want to we have 10 minutes left, Splitting the Sky, so we got to use the time judiciously here. But if you can continue on AIG briefly and talk about your arrest briefly, and then what's going to happen when these criminals come back up to Canada.
Okay, well, actually, what happened was that there was a massive police presence that day. And I had, on 2 occasions, went up to the police line, and I told them that if you don't, I said, according to, there's been a request by the Lawyers Against War, Gail Davidson, the president, and others requesting that the RCMP arrest George Bush for war crimes for torture. If on the 3rd time I come back you don't have not arrested this man, I intend to make a citizen's arrest. And according to civil resistance, not disobedience, but civil resistance, which is something written by Professor Francis Boyle in his book called, I believe it's Power Politics, but don't quote me on the last part there. But in any event, so anyways, I went there the 3rd time, and they said they didn't intend to do them, and they told me to get the F away, and so I says, well, we'll see to this, and I said, George Bush is a war criminal, and I'm going through this line whether you like it or not. And I started to go in, and one guy grabbed me, I just pushed his arm out of my way, turned around and walked again with a bag of papers on the whole law and all the criminal charges against them. And then I saw 2 more officers, and they pushed their bikes at me. I pushed threw the bikes out of the way, and I ran right through them. And as I got through there, I got about halfway to the door going up, leading up to where he was talking. Of course, there was hundreds and hundreds of Blackwater type mercenaries with guns. They pulled their guns out, snipers. Everybody pulled their tasers out, and the police were about ready to shoot me and to tase me. But for some reason, it didn't happen. But they knocked me to the ground. They broke my glasses. They put the handcuffs on me. And when I stood up, and then I said, because one of them would say, he hit an officer. And I said, I didn't touch you. I didn't touch you. I didn't touch you. I did not touch you. And then as they were hauling me off, I kept saying, don't arrest me. Arrest Bush, all the way to the paddy wagon. When I got to Calgary, I got roughed up inside the joint. I was let out 24 hours later, and I've been charged with, initially I was charged with assault, but they dropped that because they know that if you go to YouTube or if you Google Splitting the Sky, arrest Bush, you'll see all the videos, or after Downing Street, Splitting the Sky, arrest it. You can go to any of those sites and you can see that I clearly did not hit anybody. So I've been charged with obstruction, facing from a fine to 2 years in prison. And so then on top of that, so after that, now Now I'm waiting to go to court. I got a hearing on the 29th, but I'm going to try to put it over till the middle of next month, where a bunch of us will be in Calgary to receive Condoleezza Rice when she gives a $150,000 talk at the University of Calgary.
Good for you.
And also, we are. I've just posted an article saying that Bush and Clinton were going to be doing this debate on May the 29th. And right now, I'm calling on all the other people and all the people on my list and people in Toronto and stuff. And we're also now talking about having a major presence there when they get there. And I'm hoping that I can find somebody to put up some air miles to get me out there and some money man to get me out there, because what we're trying to do here is create a movement, a civil resistance movement, a movement that doesn't end when this trial is over. It's only the beginning, trying to stimulate people to realize that that the Bush administration, and that doesn't exempt Clinton in previous administrations, but Bush administration for those 8 years took us down the slippiest and fastest slippiest slope to tyranny, and our constitutional rights and our Bill of Rights and Charter of Rights that completely mean absolutely nothing. And we've got a duty, right, to apprehend these criminals and bring them before for violating the Geneva Conventions on warfare, and for the torture and for the murders that they've committed, the thousands of our soldiers that they have sacrificed to spend in the bogus war on terror, and we have got to expose this.
Splitting the Sky, hold on, because we're almost out of time here, and I want to get this question in. A lot of my listeners would be asking, hey, can we hold Obama accountable? I mean, he has already been involved in bombings. The war is being escalated in several territories. Africa is about to be invaded. We don't know what's going on in Central America. We've still not had our liberties restored here by any stretch of the imagination in the United States of America. At what point do we hold Obama accountable before it's too late?
Well, we have to have him accountable now. He must be held accountable now. He wants a 30,000 buildup in troops in Afghanistan. Listen, they want the pipelines. They're threatening, Russia and China to expropriate all that oil. Iran. The reality is he's backed by Mad Dog Brzezinski, both father and son, Zbigniew and Eon, and George Soros, and this guy here is bankrolled by these people, and they intend to seize the resources of the world, according to Zbigniew Brzezinski's grand chessboard, which PNAC was given birth to as a result of the need to expropriate the world's resource and set up
this guy's cabinet is full. This guy's cabinet is full of PNACers. Nothing has changed. The war is escalating not only in Afghanistan and Pakistan, but I'm reading today from Dar Jamal that it is escalating with the help of P2OG again in Iraq. We have to stop this, or we're going right back down the same road, maybe even worse. I mean, at some point, I want Bush and Cheney and all these guys held accountable. I want them to be the poster boys for what happens to you if you go down this road, for every future president, every future politician, no matter what country they're from. But now we live in the here and now, splitting the sky, and we need to really watch Obama very carefully and expose this warmongering. I mean, here's a guy, his name sounds like Bomb, and we just elected a president.
That's exactly where we're going. We're going towards a nuclear war with this administration. Our job to expose all of these criminals, to bring them to justice. We got to pull them down now before we all get burnt alive worldwide.
Hey, we have a couple of minutes left. I just want you to make any statement you want to make to get out to my audience or YouTube, whoever be seeing this or hearing this, splittingthesky.net. Again, your website. I want people to go support you. I'm going to hand the last few minutes of the show to you. Anything you want to say, go for it.
Yes, thank you, Jack, and thank you, listeners. Please, if you can give me a hand, I need some financial assistance. I don't like doing this and asking for money, but geez, I need it. That's the only weapon I have right now to keep moving. Otherwise, I'll just end up fading because I can't afford to do what I'm doing. I need to move. I need to be able to pay for lawyers, and I need to be able to continue to get this out there and to stimulate a movement. If you can call me, 250-679-7743. Or email me, splittingthesky@yahoo.com, or the two websites, splittingthesky.net or warcriminalsout.com. Please contact me. I need your help. I'll tell you how to direct the funds if you can help me. Right now, and our determinations are the two greatest weapons we have.
Hey, I'm sending you some money tomorrow, and I want my listeners to do the same, and I can't wait to read your autobiography. I know that would be interesting reading, and I'm going to have you back again as soon as you can do it. Splitting the Sky with us.
Just call me and I'll be there. You just set it up and I'll be there for you, Jack. You know, you're the number one show. You're one of my favorite shows.
If we had a couple of thousand people like you, we'd be through all of this. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. We'll talk to you real soon. Tomorrow.
Thank you, my brother, and thanks to your audience.
You got it, man.